commentary, and Carrie, that they put it in their classrooms. They're using it because they're way ahead in that thinking. But unless we have a larger movement that's going to change this, as Karicki and Scott's vision for this is, we're not going to change it just because we put a few open source courses up at MIT.
Just quickly add, to connect the dots there, the open source opportunity is terrific, but if you're not connected, you can't join the open source revolution. And just another quick data point, teachers who might be curious about the open source revolution, the average teacher in New York City gets 1 hour of paid professional development a year. This is a massive crisis. And I couldn't agree with Kerry more that we have to get out of our romanticized notion of what education is, the kids carrying the textbooks on their way to school, in class, enjoying themselves with the teacher at the front of the class imparting the wisdom of the world, and get with the program because the world's changing. And we better do it fast or we're screwed.
Can I just say, there's a total disconnect between what you're saying and almost all the journalistic commentary on education that I see, which is invariably about which town is doing better or worse on standardized tests than they did a year ago or than the other town. We're talking standards, we're talking testing numbers. We don't hear anything like what you're saying even on public radio, shall we say, about...
Well, I think the No Child Left Behind Act has just completely stopped innovation in education. Because and before I became the executive director of Karicki, I know last night there was a wonderful 3-minute piece on being a venture capitalist, but that's what I was. I was a venture capitalist investing in education technology companies. And when I first began to look at this, I realized that I, as a venture capitalist, wouldn't invest in any new innovative education company because they weren't going to succeed because of the No Child Left Behind Act. So we've completely eliminated innovation. I think open source allows us, and this is the economic reason again, open source allows us to be able to bypass the rules that are driving the No Child Left Behind Act. Because if we can open source textbooks and we can open source curriculum, we don't have to go through an adoption procedure because the taxpayers aren't paying for it.
Can I just say, Bobby, though, it's not just No Child Left Behind, it's MCAS, it's standardization, there's a drive, there's a insecurity, a need, a fear wrapped up around public education. Where do you confront it? What do we do about it? David.
I think for a long time we've been trying to confront it head on. We've been trying to confront it with policy. We've seen smarter policies. We've seen stupider policies. We've seen more of the stupider. I think one of the most dangerous ideas about open education is this, that when you provide this